Welcome back to World Crisis Radio. So what would a real president have said on Tuesday evening at about 6 or 7 p.m.? No rhetoric, but I'm directing the Military Airlift Command to fill the skies over Port-au-Prince, first of all, with several platoons of the 101st Airborne and 82nd Airborne parachute infantry who will parachute into Port-au-Prince instantaneously and assist the population on the ground in clearing the necessary space in parks, open areas, public squares, and fields on the outskirts of the city, where we're going to be having a continuous airdrop of pallets of food, water, blankets, tents, medical supplies, and everything else. The U.S. parachute infantry on the ground will simply assist the population in vacating those spaces to the degree that the airdrops can be made with complete safety. I am directing a carrier air group with all logistic ships to proceed at once at flank speed on Tuesday evening, so they will reach Haitian waters by Wednesday, and in particular, the helicopter landing ships will be featured prominently in that group. They will then begin a more orderly process of saturating the entire environment of Haiti with food, water, medical supplies, blankets, and tents. And I would address the people of Haiti saying, don't worry about hoarding this material. Don't worry about trying to sell it. It's going to saturate your environment. The problem of food will be solved. The problem of water supply will be solved. Blankets, tents, medical supplies, and everything of that sort. You will be saturated through your environment to the point where it won't make any sense to hoard it, because there will be pallets sitting at the outskirts of the city for anyone to come and help themselves. No machetes, no corpses piled in the streets, but simply the immediate and universal availability of adequate supplies. The first round by parachute drop from military transports flying over the city, then, as time permits, the helicopters coming in, and then finally the landing of this by amphibious means, if necessary, through the port or through local beaches to avoid any possible problems. We'll be setting up field hospitals inside Haiti. We'll be using the hospital facilities at Guantanamo. Part of the goal of this is to avoid the outbreak of epidemics of typhoid, paratyphoid, typhus, and other diseases, which could then, of course, infect the continental United States and other neighboring and friendly countries. It's also important to avoid large tides of panic-stricken refugees, which might result in deaths all around. In terms of the long-term health of Haiti, I'm announcing a Marshall Plan. I'm directing the Export-Import Bank to begin issuing 0% credit for U.S. manufacturers to export capital goods to Haiti. We need to start by rebuilding the entire water system. Notice that under this program, no money will go to Haiti, but only capital goods, engineers, and the facilities to get these facilities going. So there will be no question of graft and corruption or stealing the money, because what will be delivered is not money per se, but the advanced capital goods needed for adequate transportation, energy supplies, water supplies, and related benefits. I am extending from the United States an immediate total debt moratorium. All financial debt owed by Haiti to anybody inside the United States is hereby canceled. It is gone. And the federal government will then take up the slack vis-a-vis domestic lenders, with special attention for those who have cashed in on the TARP. We'll be looking at their claims with a view to evaluating it. And we are expelling the International Monetary Fund. Those regiments of the 101st Airborne and 82nd Airborne will immediately identify all officials of the International Monetary Fund and World Bank and escort them to the airport for repatriation and expulsion from Haiti. The reign of the International Monetary Fund over Haiti is over. Let us recall that in 1994, after a hysterical campaign that was joined, unfortunately, by President Clinton at the time, the U.S. threatened to invade Haiti with parachute troops in order to oust the junta of Haiti, which we hold no brief for, but at the same time installed the crackpot Aristide as an agent of the International Monetary Fund. The United States has a special responsibility for Haiti. It's a country that we have occupied for various decades during the 20th century. It's always been essentially a colony of the United States. It is time to solve this, but the only way that a solution can be brought about is the ouster of the International Monetary Fund, and indeed we're calling on the Club of Paris and the Club of London, that is the private and public debtors, government debtors and private lenders to Haiti, to extend the same kind of debt cancellation which we have now extended. And we're warning the Club of Paris and the Club of London that anybody who does not cancel all debts owed by Haiti is committing an unfriendly act against the United States and will be treated accordingly with appropriate forms of, shall we say, retaliation. In other words, they will pay a penalty in other areas of their relations to the United States. We're announcing that the yoke of the international banking community over this tormented country is being finally broken. And that might be some version of what a real president might have said. There is simply no reason, 72 hours later, that we haven't had immediate parachute drops to simply obviate this entire problem of food, water, medical supplies, blankets, tents, and other things. If you want to keep people in order, if you want to avoid civil war, looting, and the breakdown of society, give them tents to build, and they'll be busy building those tents in the parks and setting themselves up and opening the packages of medical supplies and chowing down on MRIs, C rations, K rations, and whatever else you can pack into pallets. I would also say that the president should use the Defense Production Act to immediately commandeer and seize large supplies of food, bottled water, blankets, tents, and other things in the relevant areas of the United States and begin to fly them down there. We would also need a program of airdrops, appropriately supervised, of small earth-moving equipment, which can be successfully airdropped from air transports. Those can be brought down in open areas several miles away from the city. Those can then be immediately moved into the city to begin lifting the parts of collapsed buildings and saving lives in that regard. In other words, powerful, potent action by the U.S. government, the potentially the most powerful institution on this planet still, despite the carping criticism of reactionaries like Limbaugh. Now, some people hate the government so much that they hate whatever government can do. And this is the problem for Limbaugh right now. Limbaugh is writhing in the fact that his hatred of government cancels out all other considerations, and he cannot understand that in the case of Haiti, the only institution that really has the ability to save lives in that situation, to avoid epidemics and tides of refugees, so there's a very definite national interest involved, is the government itself. I would recommend to Obama, declare a state of national emergency in the U.S. over this Haiti thing, and use that then with the Defense Production Act to make sure that the supplies are identified, shipped out, and delivered, because otherwise what we may be getting back from Haiti are things called typhoid, typhus, paratyphoid, and the other array of diseases, maybe things that we're not even aware of. Much better to treat all of that on the ground in Haiti. Now, Obama, scrambling to assemble some kind of populist cover, says he's going to tax the 50 top banks. That is a step in the right direction, but it's about 1 millimeter. We want the 1% Tobin tax installed through President Obama. See you soon. We'll be back in a minute.